What is crack-a-lackin', y'all? It's Game Walkthroughs 22 back with another World of Nintendo review, and today we're having a look at the 4-inch Ocarina of Time Link. So before we have a look at the figure, let's have a quick look at the packaging. So here is Ocarina of Time Link's packaging. It looks pretty similar to the Skyward Sword Link's packaging. The only difference is that it has different artwork. It has artwork of Link from Ocarina of Time instead of Skyward Sword, which makes sense because this Link figure is based off of what he looked like in Ocarina of Time, so it's pretty cool. Character's name comes with a mystery accessory. Now that I just thought about it, the box for the Ocarina of Time Link that his mystery accessory comes in is different than the Skyward Sword Link's mystery box. The Skyward Sword Link's mystery box was designed to look more like a treasure chest, and this one is black and it has the Triforce symbol on it, which is very cool. And yeah, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. This one is based off of 3D, not... Well, I mean Ocarina of Time 3D. I mean, it's just yeah. Okay, and then, yeah, Series 1-4. Back showcases the figure and some of his articulation. So he is a 4.25-inch figure with 16 points of articulation, which makes him the 4-inch figure that has the most articulation in this line so far, because I don't think there's anybody else that's had 16 points of articulation. So, and then yeah, all the other figures you can get in this wave, and that is it for the packaging. Now to look at the figure. Now, let's have a look at his detail and the sculpt. So from what I see, he looks pretty much like he came out of the Ocarina of Time game. The detail looks pretty spot on to what he looked like in Ocarina of Time, and I think Ocarina of Time 3D. It's been a while since I played Ocarina of Time 3D, so I'm sure he looked like this in the 3D version of Ocarina of Time. And yeah, the detail is pretty good. Sculpt looks pretty accurate. There's a back shot of him. As you can see, what's it called? The holder for his sword is nicely detailed as well. And even the Master Sword that he's holding. I think this is the Master Sword. Not entirely sure, but I think it is. And also it does have the has little details like the Triforce symbol. If my camera will focus, come on. The Triforce symbol right there. And yeah, the sculpt and detail and paint job look pretty accurate in my opinion. So now for articulation. Alright, I'm going to take his sword out for a sec. I'm just going to take off his sword holder. So his articulation, his head does not go 360 degrees. Goes from side to side about that much. His arms rotate 360 degrees all around. And they can also go out to the side, because they're on ball joints. And his elbows bend. And his wrists twist. think that's something that this Link has that the Skyward Sword Link didn't have, and also they're on these hinge joints, so you can move them a little bit, which is pretty cool. You get some nice swinging action with the sword if you wanted to, so it's pretty cool. And then his waist rotates, and his knees bend, and also his legs go out to the side, but it's very limited. It's like they go out about that much. And his tops of his boots can twist, and you can also twist his ankles. Oh, and I forgot to mention that his ankles are on ball joints as well, so you can move them out like this. I forgot to mention that. So the articulation is pretty good. The articulation to me is about the same as the Skyward Sword Link. The only new articulation is the fact that you can twist his... Actually, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check that out with the Skyward Sword Link, but I think his new 2 points of articulation is that you can twist his wrists. So while the figure looks pretty awesome, and I have to say that he's definitely one of my favorites in this wave, I do have a few problems with this figure. Actually, I'll get into that after I show you his mystery accessory, and you guys might be able to have guessed that his mystery accessory is the HYLIAN Shield. Okay, so now for a couple problems that I have with this figure. First thing is that it might take you a while to get him to stand up. You kind of have to have him leaning back a bit, because you have him leaning forward. Oh, well. Well, there are times where he doesn't want to stand up, so it might take you a while to get him to stand up and not fall over, because I mean, if you have him back, like, obviously he's not gonna stand up, because all of his weight is shifting to the back, so it's gonna cause him to fall down. But so that's one complaint that I have. Another complaint that I have is, as you can probably see, the way his legs are. I kind of wish that his legs could have been more like this. Wait, more like let me see if I can do this. More like closer together, like this. I mean, because it shows it like that on the I think on the back of the box. Yeah, shows it like that, but yeah, you see his legs are close together, and they're like firmly on the ground too, but his yeah, the way his legs are positioned is like kind of weird. I thought they were gonna be more like this, so that he could just like stand up with his like feet touching the ground. I mean, I guess if you kind of like bend them like that, they'll kind of, I think, kind of like fall into that position. But I mean, they're a little bit like too spread apart, and it's just kind of like, I think that's how the figure came, and that just looks kind of strange to me. So, and I think that's one of the reasons why he has kind of a hard time standing up, is because of how his legs are positioned. How they're spread out like that. And then, well, let me think. Another problem that I have Another problem that I have is how it's hard to get him to hold his shield. Wait, let me just, before I show you that, let me just put his Master Sword in his holder. So this is what the sword looks like in the holder. So looks very nice, and you can just pull it out pretty easily. So the way he holds his shield. Now I'm not sure if his sword is supposed to go in a specific hand and his shield is supposed to go in a specific hand, but as you saw from the beginning of the video, what I did was I had his sword in his, if this was character perspective, it would be in his right hand, and then I would have his shield in his left hand, but I'll show you where the problem lies. Let's see if I can do this. So as you can see, the back of the shield has this this one grip part, and then there's this this part where you can stick on, where you can clip it onto his wrist. Let me see if I can do this. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera, but I want to see if I can. Now this kind of reminds me of the situation with the 2.5-inch Link that I reviewed a while ago, but well, I mean, I guess you could do this. But I mean, well, when he's holding his sword and shield, it's even harder to get him to stand up because, I mean, if you have his sword like out like that, but if you have it up, it's hard for him to stand up. So you really have to like bend him back a bit. But just the way he's holding his shield like doesn't really look right. I have gotten him to be like have it facing forward, but it just. That's one of the problems that I have, and the last problem that I have is that anyway, I'll bring in Skyward Sword Link so I can show you what I'm talking about. Is let's see. Again with the scale, as you can see, God, man, getting Skyward Sword Link to stamp nowadays is a bitch. See if I can hopefully get him to not fall over. But as you can see, Ocarina of Time Link is maybe like, let's see, I'd say 1/2 inch taller than Skyward Sword Link. So that means that Skyward Sword Link is 4 inches tall, which is ridiculous. He should not be that small. So at least they made Ocarina of Time Link a little bit bigger, but I feel like that he should still be still have been a little bit taller, because let's see, if I bring in Gravity Suit, I know that like him and Samus are taller characters, so as you can see, Samus is just a little bit taller than Ocarina of Time Link, but I will give Jax credit for making the scale better this time, but he's still kind of small. I wish they would have made him just a little bit bigger, just a little bit taller. But other than that, he is a pretty good figure, and I would highly recommend him if you can actually manage to find him, because I'm gonna say that right now I think Tanuki Mario is the biggest pain in the ass to find, just because I don't have him yet, and I haven't seen him in stores yet, but it could be still kind of early. Maybe they'll start showing up more after Christmas, but I have a feeling that Ocarina of Time Link and Gravity Suit Samus are going to be the biggest pain in the asses to find in this wave. So when you see them on shelves, pick them up while you can, because these are going to go flying off shelves, and they're going to be a pain in the ass to find later on. So get them while you can. And I'll just bring in the other the other 4-inch figures I have from this wave. So the only one I'm missing, like I said before, is Tanuki Mario, which I'll hopefully be getting soon, and hopefully there'll be a review posted soon on him. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and most importantly subscribe. And I will catch you guys later. This is Game Walkthroughs 22 signing out.